I want to describe a pattern that most people never recognize until someone points it out.
Okay.
Someone says something to you, something provocative, something designed to get a reaction, something that challenges you, questions you, belittles you, or simply tests you.
And immediately, your response system activates. Everything inside you wants to do one of three things.
React. Say something back. Defend yourself. Counterattack. Prove the statement wrong with force.
Or explain. Justify your position. Provide context. Give reasons. Make them understand.
Or prove. Demonstrate through argument, evidence, or performance that they were wrong about you.
All three feel like strength, like standing up for yourself, like refusing to be diminished.
But here is what all three actually do. They confirm that the provocation worked. They prove, through your own reaction, that the words had power over you, that you can be moved, that you can be controlled.
And the person who provoked you, they got exactly what they wanted, evidence of their power over your reactions.
Today, we talk about the three words that deny them that evidence.
Never react. Never explain. Just ignore.
Not as passivity, not as weakness, not as giving up.
As the most deliberate, most powerful, most difficult form of strength available.
Stay with us. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Speak Unstoppable, the podcast where we help you speak English naturally and confidently through real, honest conversations.
I'm John.
And I'm Maria. So happy you're here with us today.
This episode is for B1 to B2 learners, intermediate to upper intermediate level English.
If you have not yet subscribed to Speak Unstoppable, please do it right now. We put real thought and real care into every episode, and we want you to have access to all of them. One tap. And you are part of this community permanently.
Subscribed? Perfect. Now let's talk about three words that might change every difficult interaction you have from this point forward.
How are you feeling today, John?
Honestly, calm, which is very intentional today. Because this topic, it requires calm to discuss. And more importantly, it requires calm to practice.
Same. Before we continue, thank you, really, for being here today, for choosing something this substantive.
Let's go.
Okay, I want to tell you about an experiment, a real psychological experiment, and then a real-life application of what it revealed.
Tell us.
Researchers gave people a simple task. They were told to push a button every time they saw a particular image on a screen. A straightforward task. Easy.
And
then they began inserting an occasional loud, startling sound. And every time the sound appeared, the participants pushed the button, even though the sound was not the image they were told to watch for.
the unexpected stimulus overrode the instruction. The automatic response took over.
And this, in microcosm, is exactly what happens in human communication. Someone introduces an unexpected stimulus, a provocation, a challenge, an insult, a dismissal.
And the automatic response system activates, even when the deliberate, chosen, intelligent response would be not to respond.
We are wired to react, to protect ourselves, to answer, to explain, to defend.
And that wiring, useful in genuine threats, is actively counterproductive in social and professional situations where the threat is just someone trying to get a reaction from you.
Today, we talk about how to override the wiring. Deliberately. Specifically. In English.
Because the person who can choose not to react, in the moment when reaction feels most automatic, that person holds an extraordinary amount of power over every interaction they are in. Okay, let's start with the first of the three, reaction. And specifically, why reacting to provocations almost always costs more than it gains.
When you react, immediately, emotionally, defensively, several things happen simultaneously.
First, you confirm that the provocation worked. You provide evidence that the words or actions had impact, that you can be moved, that this particular button, when pressed, produces this particular response.
And once someone knows a button exists and that pressing it produces a predictable response, they have a form of control over you. Every future interaction carries the threat of the button.
Second, reacting in the immediate moment means responding before you have full information, before you have assessed the situation, before you have chosen your position deliberately.
And the reaction you give in that moment, it is not your best response. It is your automatic response, which is almost never the same thing.
Third, reacting visibly confirms that you feel threatened. And feeling threatened in social and professional situations shifts the perceived power dynamic.
Power dynamic means the relative power relationship between two people or parties.
The person who reacted, they appear, in that moment, to be under pressure, to have been affected, to have been reached.
And the person who caused the reaction, they appear to have had impact, to have reached something, to have power over the outcome.
And here is the specific English habit that reveals uncontrolled reaction. You always do this. That is completely unfair. How dare you? I cannot believe you just said that.
These phrases, however justified they may feel, they are all reactions. Emotional, immediate, unfiltered responses that give away exactly what the speaker is feeling.
And what the speaker is feeling in that moment is that they have been affected, reached, moved.
The alternative, the powerful alternative, is not a different reaction. It is the deliberate absence of one.
Not silence from having nothing to say. Silence from choosing not to give the reaction the moment demands.
Lesson 1 of 3. Never react. Choose. Every time. Okay, the second of the 3. And this one, it will challenge something most people believe is a virtue.
Explaining. Providing context. Justifying your position. Making someone understand.
Most people were taught, explicitly or implicitly, that explaining yourself is responsible, that it shows self-awareness, that it demonstrates good faith in a conflict or a misunderstanding.
And in genuine two-way communication, where both people are genuinely trying to understand each other, explanation has enormous value.
But there is a specific kind of situation where explanation consistently backfires, where it makes things worse rather than better.
And that is the situation where the other person is not actually seeking understanding. They are testing boundaries, trying to get a reaction, asserting power, or simply made a statement that does not deserve the honor of a detailed response.
When you explain in these situations, several things happen.
First, you implicitly accept that your position needs justification, that it was not clear or legitimate on its own, and that the other person's question or challenge is a valid authority over your choices.
Second, you provide material. Every explanation contains information about your reasoning, your vulnerabilities, the things that matter to you, the things you are uncertain about.
And to someone who was not genuinely seeking understanding, this material is not received as explanation. It is received as evidence of what can be used, of where the pressure points are.
Third, long explanations almost never achieve what they were intended to achieve. They rarely convince. They rarely produce genuine understanding in someone who was not seeking it.
They exhaust you, and they teach the other person, reliably, that pressing on this point produces a long, anxious, information-rich response.
And so, they press again next time.
The powerful alternative, the one that actually protects your position and your energy, is brevity or silence.
Not I did this because of these 17 reasons, and I understand how it might seem, and I want you to know that I considered all of this very carefully.
But this was my decision. I'm confident in it.
Or, I don't need to justify this.
Or nothing at all. Complete absence of explanation, which communicates your challenge does not require my response.
Lesson 2 of 3. Never explain to people who are not genuinely seeking understanding.
Okay, the third, and the most counterintuitive.
Ignoring.
Most people, when they hear just ignore it, they think of it as avoidance, as giving up, as not having the courage to confront something directly.
But genuine ignoring, strategic, deliberate, chosen ignoring, it is not avoidance. It is the most powerful statement of priority available.
Because what you ignore, you declare unworthy of your attention. And attention is your most valuable resource.
When you respond to every provocation, every petty criticism, every baited comment, every attempt to destabilize you, you implicitly treat it as worthy of your resources.
You give it your time, your energy, your focus, your emotional capacity.
And in doing so, you confirm that it matters, that it has the power to direct your attention.
But when you genuinely ignore something, when you treat it as beneath the threshold of what deserves your response, you communicate something that no argument can.
This does not reach me. It does not qualify for my attention. Whatever power it attempted to exercise, I am declining it.
And this, communicated through genuine, unhurried, undramatic silence, it is extraordinarily powerful.
Because power, real, established power, does not respond to every challenge. It does not need to.
The person who responds to everything, who engages every criticism, reacts to every provocation, explains every decision, they signal that they need to respond, that the challenge has enough legitimacy to require engagement.
But the person who selects what they respond to, who treats some things as simply not worth their attention, they signal something completely different.
Their position is secure enough that not every challenge requires defense. Their confidence is genuine enough that not every doubt requires address. Their energy is valuable enough that not every provocation deserves engagement.
And this, done consistently, authentically, without drama, it is one of the most powerful things a person can communicate.
I am not going to dignify that with a response. This English phrase, said calmly, without anger, without performance, It is one of the most powerful sentences in the language.
Not because of the words, because of what the words reveal about the speaker's relationship to their own authority.
Lesson 3 of 3. Ignoring, genuinely, selectively, strategically, is the highest form of power available in response to provocation.
Okay, and now the equally important part. Because never react, never explain, just ignore, it is not a rule for every situation. And applying it incorrectly would be as costly as not knowing it.
The 3 principles apply specifically to provocations, situations where someone is attempting to destabilize you, manipulate you, test you, or get a reaction from you.
They do not apply to genuine communication, to situations where someone is sincerely confused and needs your explanation, to relationships that matter to you and where honest expression is the foundation.
Exception 1. When the person deserves the response.
Someone who genuinely cares about you and expresses concern, confusion, or hurt. They deserve a real response, not silence, not deflection.
Because they are not provoking, they are communicating. And communication deserves communication in return.
Exception 2. When the silence would be misread as consent.
In professional situations especially, sometimes silence to a false claim or an incorrect statement can be read as agreement, as no objection.
In these situations, a brief, calm, factual correction is appropriate. Not defense, not explanation, just correction.
Actually, that is not accurate. The situation was underscore, underscore, underscore. Brief, clear, factual. And then, done.
Exception 3. When the relationship is genuinely important.
With people you love, people you work closely with, people whose understanding of you matters in a long-term way, explanation is often appropriate. Because the relationship is worth the investment.
The question is always, is this person genuinely seeking understanding? Or are they testing, provoking, or simply not worth the energy of explanation?
And the answer to that question, it determines which principle applies.
Real English. The exact phrases for applying these 3 principles in real situations.
Category 1. When you choose not to react.
The absence of words, delivered calmly without visible emotion, is itself a powerful phrase. But when words are useful,
I'm going to take a moment before I respond to that.
I don't think this is the right moment for me to respond.
I've heard what you said. I'm choosing not to engage with it right now.
Category 2. When you choose not to explain.
This was my decision. I'm confident it was right.
I don't think I need to justify this.
I've thought about this carefully. I'm not going to go into the details.
These phrases, they close the subject. Without rudeness, without drama, but completely.
Category 3. When you choose to ignore.
I'm not going to dignify that with a response.
I'm going to let that go.
That's not something I'm going to engage with.
I'm choosing to move on from this.
And perhaps most powerful of all, nothing. Complete, calm, unhurried silence. No words, no expression of being affected. Just absence of response.
That absence, when genuinely chosen, not performed, it communicates more than any of the phrases.
Because it shows, this did not reach me. And it will not.
Practice the phrases. And practice the silence. Both are skills. Both require repetition. Both become more natural and more powerful with use. Can I say something about what these three principles really are underneath the strategy?
Please.
They are all expressions of the same thing. The decision made deliberately and repeatedly about what gets access to your reactions.
Most people allow everything access. Every provocation gets a reaction. Every challenge gets an explanation. Every pettiness gets engagement.
And in giving everything access, they give everyone who interacts with them access to their emotional state, their priorities, their insecurities, their buttons.
And people, consciously or not, use that access to predict you, to manage you, to direct your attention and energy toward what serves them.
But the person who controls their own access, who decides what reaches them and what does not, they are fundamentally harder to manage.
Not because they are cold, not because they do not care,
But because they have decided, my reactions are mine. They are not automatically available to whoever wants to produce them.
And for English learners, this principle has a specific and direct application.
The anxiety response that English provocation produces, my English is not good enough. They will judge me. I am about to make a mistake.
These are provocations from your own mind, designed by old programming to produce a reaction. The reaction of withdrawal, of avoidance, of not attempting.
And you can apply the same principles. Never react automatically to the anxiety. Never explain to yourself why you cannot. Just ignore, genuinely, the voices that have less than your best English performance at heart.
And attempt the communication anyway, from the calm, chosen place of someone who does not automatically give every fear access to their behavior.
Remember this: your reactions are yours. Your explanations are yours. Your attention is yours. Guard all three. And give them only where they are genuinely earned.
Say it again.
Your reactions are yours. Your explanations are yours. Your attention is yours. Guard all three. And give them only where they are genuinely earned.
Guard them. Deliberately. Starting today. Word tour time. Key words from today.
Word 1. Provocation. Something said or done deliberately to cause a reaction. To test or to destabilize. Example 1. She recognized the provocation for what it was and chose not to react, which left the provocateur with nothing. Example 2. English-speaking anxiety is often a self-provocation, the mind testing whether you will attempt despite the fear.
Recognize provocations. Name them. And then choose your response deliberately rather than giving the automatic one.
Word 2. Dynamic. In this context, the power dynamic means the relative power relationship between two people. Example 1. His immediate reaction shifted the power dynamic. It revealed that the words had reached him. Example 2. English conversations have power dynamics too, and approaching them from calm confidence changes the dynamic immediately.
Be aware of dynamics. In conversations, in relationships, in your own mind. Power flows toward whoever seems most settled. Be settled.
Word 3. Implicitly. Suggested or communicated without being directly stated. Conveyed by what is not said as much as what is. Example 1. By explaining at length, she implicitly accepted that her decision needed justification. Example 2. English learners who constantly apologize for their level implicitly communicate that their communication is less valuable. It is not.
Be aware of what you communicate implicitly. Through your reactions, through your over-explanations, through the apologies before attempts. These communications are often more powerful than your words.
Word 4. Deflection. The act of redirecting something away from its intended target. Example 1. His calm silence was a perfect deflection. The provocation had nowhere to land. Example 2. When asked a question that reveals anxiety about English, deflect from the anxiety, not from the question. Attempt the answer.
Deflect provocations skillfully, not by ignoring genuine communication, but by choosing not to engage with what is designed to destabilize.
Word 5. Threshold. A level or point at which something begins or changes. Example 1. She had raised her threshold for what required a response, and her energy increased dramatically as a result. Example 2. Raise the threshold for what English anxiety is allowed to prevent. Most of what it prevents, it should not.
Raise your thresholds for what deserves your reaction, for what deserves your explanation, for what deserves enough of your attention to stop you from attempting.
Word 6. Countermeasure. An action taken to counteract another action or threat. Example 1. Silence was her most effective countermeasure against the provocation. It denied the expected response entirely. Example 2. The best countermeasure against English anxiety is not more preparation. It is attempting despite the anxiety and discovering that the result is always more manageable than the fear predicted.
Choose your countermeasures deliberately. Not reaction, but chosen response. Not explanation, but selected communication. Not engagement with everything, but intentional attention to what deserves it.
One thing this week.
This week, find one situation where your automatic response would be to react, explain, or engage with something that does not deserve it.
And instead, choose one of the 3 principles. Never react. Never explain. Just ignore.
Just once. In one real situation. This week.
And observe what happens. To the situation. To the other person. And most importantly, to you.
And here is your sentence template for today.
I am choosing not to react to ______. Not because I have nothing to say, but because my reaction is mine, and I am not giving it away today.
Say it now. Out loud. With a real situation in mind.
I am choosing not to react to ______. Not because I have nothing to say, but because my reaction is mine, and I am not giving it away today.
Mean every word. And then, this week, live it.
Comment challenge time.
One question, and the most honest one we have asked today.
Is there something right now in your life that you have been reacting to, explaining yourself about, or engaging with that does not deserve your energy?
Right. Something I am choosing to stop reacting to is _____. My reaction is mine, and I am keeping it.
Write it. In English. In the comments. Right now.
Because writing the decision publicly, it makes it real. We read every comment.
Please give this a like.
Subscribe to Speak Unstoppable.
Thank you for being here.
Never react.
Never explain. Just ignore.
Your reactions are yours.
Guard them.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.